Thought I'd get on here and go live for a little bit. Put out a couple videos, answer some questions. You know the deal. So, hey, I'm on here to answer some questions. I got some time to give y'all some good input. To answer some questions. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Let's talk credit tonight. I got some time to hit it up. Let's talk it. It's been very interesting. New information coming out about medical debts and how they're going to be reported. That's big news. Did a video on that. You're going to start hearing a lot of people talk about that, but big news. So start paying attention to the medical debt that's on your credit report if you have medical debt. Remember, uh, no medical debt, any paid medical debt will be removed from your credit report come July 22nd. So you can start disputing those things a little early. Start reaching out to your collection companies that are reporting this stuff, see if they get it off early since it's coming off in July 22. So all medical debts that are paid will be coming off your credit report. So uh, big news about that. And then starting in the beginning, good evening, good evening. Oh yeah, I was supposed to make a phone call. So this evening, let's see, what time is it? Yeah, I was supposed to call you. It slipped. Got past. I got so into doing videos. Uh, good evening. Good evening. So, Sophia, can I give you a call tomorrow? Can we schedule this the same time tomorrow, around 6 o'clock, 6 or 7 o'clock? Oh, I could do it tonight after this video. 7:41 tomorrow. Let's see, what time is it? 6. Oh yeah, it's 7:41 your time. All right. Anna said, I hope to chat about student loans, discharge debt. Need your email address. Tomorrow's fine. All right, cool. I will call you around. I get off about 6. Usually I'm home about 6:45. So about 7 tomorrow, I will give you a call. So my email address from Anna is L. All right, I go my email. It's lcoleman at advancedloancreditservices.com. I won't forget. I'm a matter of fact, I'm gonna text myself. Usually, I try to use texting better because we're text people nowadays. So I usually text myself, so it'll be in my text messages to give you a call. So I won't forget. I promise. Uh, but anyway, so big news about medical debt. I did a video I'm gonna be posting probably tomorrow to update some new information about 1099Cs uh, and medical debt. I mean 1099Cs and charge offs. So I'm gonna be I got a video coming out about that. What's going to be so cool about this video is that I'm giving you court cases that uh, uh, been uh, uh, have been decisions that have been done in your favor, right? That says that the creditor uh, should not be reporting these charge offs on your credit report uh, if they've already took advantages of their tax. They took benefits from the tax return that they did, and they're no longer collecting on the debt. So, powerful video. It's going to be posted tomorrow. So, all right. Well, what's all the questions? Student loans. Let me tell you about student loans. They're one of the most inaccurate reporting out of most of the out of collection accounts, uh, charge-offs. Anytime I look at somebody's uh, student loans, man, there's so much inaccurate information reporting. Like they're not reporting every month. The information is undone. Yeah, the video tomorrow, and we'll talk about it when I give you a call. But the video I'll post tomorrow has got a lot of great information on 1099-C. Uh, uh, so the student loans, really, man, it's really about not just disputing with the credit bureaus, but actually going through your credit report and identifying all the inaccurate information that they are providing on your credit report. Uh, and when you dispute, I always tell people, like, don't dispute so many things at one time. The reason I'm telling you is because that information has to be put on the ACDV form. And I promise you, if you're disputing 5 things, they're not putting all 5 of those things on that ACDV form that is being communicated through e-Oscar to the original creditor. That's why I say, like, just dispute one thing at a time. I know people want to get this stuff removed and they're trying to get it done fast. But a lot of times, remember, it's taking 30 days for them to get that information back to you anyway. So just dispute one solid thing at a time that you know is disputing, that is reporting inaccurate. But when you send that letter into the original creditor, now you're going to stack every single thing that you're finding inaccurate on your credit report and you send it to the original creditor. And what you do is you tell them, like, I reviewed my credit report. Uh, After reviewing my credit report, between the 3 credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, I found 10 different inaccurate items reporting between the two. I have disputed these items and have come back verified. Under Section 623, 1681 S2B, it is your responsibility to report accurate information. So please explain, and then you send a copy of your credit report. Please explain to me why I have multiple different entries, inaccuracies reporting on 3 different credit reports. I understand that anytime that you modify, delete any information on my credit report, you send carbon copies or you're supposed to be sending carbon copies into every single credit reporting agency you have a relationship that is reporting this information. That's how you have to go at them, because now you're going at them with, I understand the process. You can't tell me, I know what to do. I know what y'all supposed to be doing. Why y'all not doing it? If you're not going to do it, just delete this account, right? You have a better chance of getting that account deleted, because then at the end you say, I'm also, the same time you receiving this letter, I am disputing this information with the credit bureaus. So in 30 days, you don't notice that I am disputing this. And if this information comes back verified between all 3 of the credit bureaus, then I'm gonna have to take this information to see a consumer lawyer on options I have to sue under the Fair Credit Reporting Act under 1681 S2B for reporting inaccurate information. Like, it's really all how you lay it out. All right, so Sexy Diva said, I need more information on 1099C, charge off from Westlake, and there are retaliating against me after I reached out to the Consumer Bureau of Protection and some other stuff on my report as charge off is not even mine. Well, listen, again, they ain't retaliating. They opening up an opportunity for you to sue them. So what you need to do is, and we'll talk about this tomorrow. And if you need me to help you with, where we go after the credit bureaus. You're gonna pull that information, that inaccurate information, and we're gonna dispute it. But we're also gonna write the original creditor and let them know, hey, you're reporting this inaccurate information. And again, under section 623, 1681 2-B, you're the data furnisher and you are liable for the information that you're reporting on my credit report. And I am building a case, or you, another word you could say is, I am stacking evidence against you on your inaccurate reporting. I'm also disputing this information as at the same time you're receiving this letter. So if it comes back verified that this information is accurate and I'm proving you it's inaccurate, then I need to go see a consumer lawyer on my chances, see what my options are to file to sue under the Fair Credit Reporting Act under 1681 2-B, right? It's just all on how you word it. They may be retaliating, but they're retaliating in the wrong way, right? Because you have the Fair Credit Reporting Act on your side, right? So don't they? I mean, they could be putting money in your pocket, right? And if you can prove that that's what they're doing, and it's actual, they're reporting inaccurate information, man, I'm telling you, a consumer lawyer would love it because they know they can sue them up under that. Oh yeah, we get that, and also if they repossess the car, did they legally repossess the car? Every state has laws on repossession. There are illegal repossessions done all the time. Listen, all y'all have to do, right? You go on there, just Google court cases from illegal repossessions in your state. Like it's the knowledge is out there. Just do it, and you can look over court cases where things have been done, and you may find out the same situation happened to you that a court has said that was an illegal repossession, right? Well, listen, they. I'm gonna tell you now. It doesn't make creditors don't care what you tell them. So creditors don't care what you tell them, right? You could tell them I'm gonna be late. The best thing to do is change your due date. If you think you're gonna be late, call them and ask them can they change the due date. Because if they change the due date, right? Say you know you're gonna be 2 weeks past you. Hey, you have a certain. Hey, can I change my due date? I had an unfortunate situation. I do not need a late payment. Uh, I'm moving to a different job, but my pay period has changed. Can we move my due date? Most creditors would change your due date. They say, okay, we'll change your due date to this, right? So you can make that payment on time. But most people make a mistake, right? They don't know how to communicate with the creditor. No big deal. They don't know what their options are, right? To when they're talking to the creditor, well, what could I ask them for? And creditors are not going to indulge that type of information to you. Yeah, shit, yeah. Ain't too much gonna shock me when it comes to creditors, the things they do, the things they report. But I've heard some crazy stories before, so yeah, I could believe it. And you know what? I think that Westlake, they're something else too. So they're like a Santander. So they shady too. So I think I've known some people that've had some dealings with Westlake. So not really a not really a company I would deal with. But hey, look, I don't have no thumbs up. Can somebody hit the thumbs up and say, hey, give me a thumbs up or something now. Just I'm out of here giving y'all. Yeah, they very shady. Yeah, Santander very shady. All of them shady. So that's why we gotta have good. We gotta have our credit in point, so we don't have to deal with those people, man. These creditors out here, they prey on us that have bad credit, right? So if you have bad credit, they're gonna prey on you, right? Hey, appreciate the thumbs up. Yeah, if y'all don't hit the thumbs up, man, so to share the video, I appreciate it. But listen, that is the whole point, man, in changing our credit, man. I'm telling you, man, I can just, man, if I just go through the things I've been through and I've changed and the amount of money I've always made. My wife is a nurse, we always made good money. But man, I've learned like these creditors be nickel and diming you, and you be like, damn, I make good money. But when you really sit down and start writing down, like, well, how much I pay in interest every month on this, how much do I pay in interest? And I challenge everybody, if you bought a car and it's high interest, go to what goes to principal, what goes to interest every month that you paid since you've had it, right? Do your credit cards, because you don't pay your credit cards off. How much they're charging you interest and how much is going to principal. I mean, there's people paying $50 and $8 of it goes to the actual principal, and the other, right, $32 is going toward interest. Now, if you adding that up every month, you adding up everything, all that, man, you're paying hundreds of dollars in interest payments, thousands of dollars, depending on how much credit that you have, or what how bad your credit is, and what you're spending and what you're paying on a monthly plan. You'll be surprised how much money that you're giving out on interest alone, and then taking forever to pay it off, right? So it's keeping you in debt. It's keeping you in debt. So that's why it's so important, man. I made it like a point, like a like serious. I mean, my wife, and this is real talk. I have a video. It's a earlier video. Me and my wife need to do another video on where we at now. Like right now, we're looking to open up a franchise. Like we're speaking to different franchises to open up, to go into business for ourselves, right? Because that's where the real money is. That's where you make real money, right? But you can't have that. You can't even get into a franchise unless you have at least a 685. So even if you, and then the thing is, even if you have a 685, right, man, you can go out and get an SBA loan to help you open up your business. But so many people, right, so many people don't understand their opportunities, and what your credit score will hurt you from all those opportunities. So let's see. K K28 says, "Can I dispute LCI for bank removal?" Yes, yes, you can dispute them. They're reporting information to TransUnion. So they're a credit reporting agency. They fall under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They have to, you have an op. Now you can't freeze LCI, but you can request that report and you can dispute information on that report. Yes, yes, yes. But listen, I did a video on bankruptcy. Listen, go to Pacer. Go to Pacer. The last video I did on bankruptcy, go to Pacer, register with Pacer to view your credit report. Now I've learned like I've done some good videos on bankruptcy, but I've learned like go to Pacer, because now you can actually look at your bankruptcy and see, and then you can match it up with the credit reports and see, are there any inaccurate information that is being reported on your credit report. So you can actually go view it. If you don't actually have the court documents in front of you, go to Pacer. You may find out that Pacer may not have that bankruptcy, or maybe they messed it up in the filing, but you have to go to Pacer. So go to Pacer and look at it before you do anything. You want to dispute it off LexisNexis, view Pacer. Two things, the first two things you need to do, besides, freezing other third parties. But yeah, K2O, definitely, definitely. So chapter 7 stays on there. on your credit report for 10 years. So if you're 20, what is the link? Okay, I can send you the link, but you can Google Pacer. Just Google Pacer, right? And then when you Google Pacer, you go to that and then register with them. And there's a number you can call, and the customer service will help you register and show you how to view your bankruptcy. Talk to them. They're very friendly. They don't have no attitude. They'll show you exactly how to look up your bankruptcy, right? So hold up. Let's see. Let me get back. Yeah, so bankruptcies, if you do a chapter 7, it says for 10 years, a chapter 13, 7 years. They punish you for 10 years because they wipe your debt. And also with a chapter 7, you have to be under a certain income level, right? So I don't know what it was. I mean, back in the day when I filed a bankruptcy, it was like if you made less than 45,000, you could do a chapter 7 and they can wipe your debt, but it's going to stay on your credit report for 10 years. But if you do a chapter 7, you're in what they call a payment plan. So it's pennies on the dollar. I mean, you probably pay, depending on how much debt, $300 a month, and they decipher that through all your credits, and it only stay on your credit report for 7 years. And you're typically only in a bankruptcy payment plan for 4 to 5 years, right? So that's how bankruptcy. Hope I answered the question on that one. How long does bankruptcy take? How long does it take to remove a bankruptcy? It is timely. It is timely, right? Because it's a lot of steps. Just give them the last listen, sexy diva. The last video I did on bankruptcy, share it with your friend. It breaks down all of it, breaks down every single step. It takes a while because you have to go through all those steps. So I would say if they're focused, they can start removing that in about 90 days of going through the process. But freeze you gotta freeze your third parties. You gotta get registered with Pacer. Look at your bankruptcy on Pacer. You gotta dispute addresses, bankruptcy off Nexus, Lexis, and other third parties. You got to look and see if your bankruptcy is reported on other third parties. You got to dispute with LCI. You got to try to get it removed off LCI. There's a lot of steps to get a bankruptcy removed. It is hard, but it's not impossible, right? It is hard, but it's not impossible. Any other questions? What else we got? I think the biggest thing with this medical debt, I think a lot of people's credit report is definitely going to improve on the new laws that's coming down about bankruptcy. I mean, not bankruptcy, a medical debt law. Can't even think right. Uh, okay, Max, is it easier to dispute with the creditor or the credit bureaus as far as charge off collection? All right, Max, do both, because you can't sue the original creditor if you directly dispute with the original creditor. How you catch the original creditor is disputing with the credit bureaus, right? Because that is the law. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is the law. But you want to send in a letter notifying the original creditor of all the inaccuracies that are reporting, and that you've also sent in a dispute, right? So if this dispute comes back verified, then I know there was not an accurate, I mean, an improper investigation done on the inaccurate information as reported on my credit report. So I always say go at both of them, right? And then if you dispute, don't dispute multiple things. I talked about this earlier, right? They have to enter, first of all, they're trying to enter this information on an ACDV. It's an automatic consumer dispute verification form. If you got 5 disputes on there, how do you know they're entering all 5 disputes on that form? Most likely they're probably picking out one, and then you don't know if they're picking out the one that they may think is going to be verifiable. I really don't know. But you know they're not sending all of them to the original creditor on that form, right? And they're putting some kind of dispute code on it, right? So you don't know that. So you want to dispute one item at a time to get that verification back, because maybe you know they're disputing it inaccurate. You know for a fact it's inaccurate. You've sent the original creditor letter putting them on notice. You disputed with the credit bureaus. They're sending you back as accurate. Now you can go ahead and sue them under 1681 S2B for data furnishers reporting inaccurate information. Same thing with collection companies. Collection companies, they're so used to sending validations. That's why when you send them a letter, you have to specifically put in big bold letter, this is not a validation letter. This is a letter under section 1681 S2B for inaccurate reporting on my credit report. Now, LCI is another third party like LexisNexis that holds bankruptcy information for TransUnion. So Experian and Equifax use LexisNexis. LCI is with TransUnion. Is it Stagestream and yeah, it is. So yes, it's the same as Stagestream and LexisNexis. Right. Yeah. Same thing. But they just report to TransUnion, and they will not let you freeze that report. They won't let you do it. So you have to dispute that information off. And if I heard, I've had somebody talk to me and say that they refuse. You need to send them a letter. You fall under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and if you fuse, you could be sued under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Says my credit is 700 score now, but have chapter 7 in my report. Will he be able to get a new car? Well, how old is that chapter 7? The older your bankruptcy gets, the less it's impactful on the score, right? The less it's impactful on the score. So I had a bankruptcy, I had a chapter 13, and listen, when it fell off, when it fell off, it did not raise my credit score 1 point. When they removed it, it did not raise it 1 point. But the difference is creditors can't see that you filed bankruptcy at one time. So you had it for 2 years. I mean, you're doing really good. If you got a 700, is it a 700 FICO score? If you got a 700 FICO score with that chapter 7, man, you've done a great job building your credit report. You know, if it's a advantage score, you need to pull your FICO score. The other thing is, if you remember with FICO scores, you have different scoring modules. So what I would do is you can do either Experian or do my FICO and look up what your auto FICO score is. Look up and see what your auto FICO score is. Don't look at your average FICO score. You want to look at the FICO score that specifically is being used for certain items like credit cards, mortgage, auto loans. So go on my FICO and then or go on Experian and then look up what your auto score is. You could have a 700 regular score, but it could have a 630 auto score. So look that up. There's different scoring modules. There's like 30 different scoring modules. People really don't talk about. I think I need to do a video on that, but there's like 30 different FICO scoring modules out there for different items. Good deal, Max. Yeah, dispute with both. But when you do, Max, but when you do the creditor, you need to put every, like when you look at your credit report, that's why I like Identity IQ, because it matches them all up together and I don't have to look at one and then stroll down and look at another. And that's why I like Identity IQ. They're all side by side and I can circle with this one is different than this one and this one is different. Okay, the open dates, that one says that one, this one's different. I just circle the one that is different. Date of last payment, this one is different than the other two. And then what you do is you stack every single one of those when you send in your inaccurate. TransUnion is reporting this date. Equifax is reporting this date. The open, just go down every one of them and then dispute all of those to the original creditors. But when you're doing the credit bureau, just do one at a time and then come back to the next one. And then come back to the next one you identified this is inaccurate. And then come back to the next one, right? And then if the creditors send you a letter, but also send in your credit report to show all these things are inaccurate. I promise you, you're gonna come out on the good side of it. Kato, 2 years you're doing you're doing great, man, with these with 2 years and you have that score. So, but go look at your auto FICO score. That's gonna tell you what kind of rates you're gonna get. If you got a 700 auto FICO score, man. Yeah, I try to do these weekly. So every week I'm trying to find the best days because I tried it on certain days and then nobody get on. So I think I'm gonna start doing it like Monday evening, like I'm doing it now. Uh, Collections, I'm gonna tell you, collections are easy to get off, right? They're not really hard to get off. So either dispute them off or settle them off and get them removed. They're pretty easy to get off. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna start doing these every Monday. I'll probably get more people on a Monday evening. So I'm gonna start doing them Monday. Uh, so let's see. Okay. So first of all, they can't put nothing on your credit report without notifying you. They have to notify you within 5 days. So if you can prove that they removed it and put it on and they didn't notify you, they've already violated the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It's in the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And hey, if you got a collection and Max and they're not reporting the original creditor name, look under K1 of Metro 2. It specifically states that when a collection account is reported on your credit report, that they must give the original creditor name. How do you know where that debt's coming from? So you don't know where that debt's coming from, and you need to dispute that. And then you also need to let the original creditor know, hey, you're reporting inaccurate information on my credit report. You need to remove it. Or don't let the creditor know, dispute it, and then dispute that they're reporting inaccurate information and sue them. Especially a collection agency. I ain't got no sympathy for them. I wish they would do that to me. I I'll be glad to take them to court because they be shady anyway. Yeah, I mean I could call you after we but it's already 7. You sure you want me to call you an hour ahead of me? Okay, I got you. I got you. So uh yeah, if they're you gotta see don't man, I don't have no sympathy for them. I go at them hard, right? I go after the original creditor, even if it's a collection company, because they're a data furnisher. They're furnishing information, right? So if they're not reporting accurate information, or they're reporting a past due balance, or they're reporting date of last payment, you know, I mean, if they're reporting that kind of mess, they're reporting inaccurate information, and they could be sued under the Fair Credit Reporting Act for that. So just think about this. Say you owe a debt for $500 and you've disputed this and they've consistently came back verified and didn't report the accurate information. Now you could sue them for $1,000 and now promise you're not suing them about you're not suing them because do you have a legal right to collect this debt? You're suing them because they reported inaccurate information on your credit report and under section 623, 1681 S2B, they're not reporting accurate information because they're supposed to be reporting based on Metro 2, and that was the standard guideline they put in place. They said we're going to do this because it's going to help us improve accuracy in reporting, and they're not doing it. And then you sue them, get your $1,000. Shoot, they owe you money, right? So we gotta start pushing the button, and you will get a consumer lawyer to help you, or do your work. Hey, I know some consumer lawyers even on YouTube that all they do is go after debt collectors. I can give you their information. You can view them. They tell you how to go after debt, how to write an answer, all of that. Well, charge-offs, because it depends on, and I'm publishing a video tomorrow about it. Charge-offs because just the charge-off, the term charge-off is just a term. It is saying that the original creditor is not has charged this debt off, right? They haven't charged it off, like made it non-collectible. That is just a term saying that they close the account, and they close it as a charge off because they're not the account is closed. They're not accepting any more payments on it, and they that's the terminology they use. Then it comes in, okay, how long are they going to hold it? If they're going to issue a 1099-C on it. There's a lot of different variables. But the video I'm doing tomorrow is really about how to listen. The best way for charge off is try to get a 1099-C. Try to settle, get a 1099-C. Like I said, the video tomorrow is gonna be good information to show you how to use court cases that went against creditors on how they cannot be reporting, or it's unfair to report charge-offs when they receive the tax credit. So so I'm telling you, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. Listen, this is all about strategies. Credit repair is about strategies, and not just looking at one thing, but looking at a multiple of different areas. Right. Like me, I don't just look at the Fair Credit Reporting Act. I just don't look at the credit resource guide that has Metro 2. I also look at uh I also look at the Model Medical Protection Act. I look at the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. I look at what language belongs in a debt validation letter, what they can put in a debt validation letter. There are so many areas that you can catch people in the wrong and laws in the wrong, right? To go after them, right? But you have to read all that information. You have to dig. Like I'm all about digging. Okay, Jamal Sachs said, I just learned about 1099-CA a few weeks ago. Look into it further. Yes. So if you don't know if you ever received the 1099-C, call the IRS. They'll say, yeah. I've had people say, I didn't even know I had two IRS, I had two 1099-Cs submitted on me, right? And these people are reporting information on their credit report. How you gonna issue a 1099-C and not give it to me? You're required to do that. So, hey, what's going on? So Miss Williams, what's going on? Hey, so I appreciate you joining us. Hey, so I'm telling you, those 1099-Cs and charge-offs, learn about it, dig deep in it. If you need any more information, I got information on it. But I'm telling you, the video tomorrow, I broke down court cases. Uh, I broke down court cases about uh, creditors that, uh, uh, I mean, that creditors had been taken to court, and they lost their case because the court said, "Hey, you issued a 1099-C, and it's just unfair for you to be reporting this information on a consumer's credit report." Consumers have been taking creditors to court. That's what I'm trying to say. Consumers have been taking creditors to court and won their case about creditors issuing 1099-Cs and reporting it on their credit report. And in that video, I'm gonna be posting tomorrow evening. It breaks down those court cases, and you can actually go Google them, look them up. I mean, I'll be like, I do research. I'm not just telling y'all stuff. So I'm keeping it real with y'all. So you'll learn a lot on 1099-Cs. But what else we got? I know y'all got some real good questions. Well, I'm gonna start doing videos on building credit, right? How to build your credit, how to do it smartly, not overdo it. Mess around, you got too many inquiries. Now you put yourself in a hole for a year, 2 years because you have too many inquiries. And big banks look at how fast you're trying to build and what type of credit cards you're adding to your credit report. You got to be careful about adding all these subprime cards. You know, all these cards that uh, Credit Karma be telling you to get Indigo and Milestone and Destiny and all these different credit cards. You got to be careful on the type of credit cards you do. And I'm going to be talking about that. You go to your bank and open up a secure card. Show your bank you can make on time payments. Try to do a small loan with them, like a rebuilding loan. Ask them, do you have any kind of loans that I could do to help build my credit? I don't, even if it's $1,000 loan, and even if I have to secure the loan, so I want to rebuild my credit. I want to change my behavior, right? Then most times by doing that, the bank you go to let you go ahead and upgrade to a bigger card, right? So be careful on a lot of these subprime cards that you put on your credit report. They are listed, they don't say it on your credit report, they are listed as subprime cards, which means they're usually issued with people with bad credit. So you want to get those cards that Chase, Discover, Citibank, Bank of America, some of the big people, Mercury, some of the big banks that have better cards with higher limits. And the other reason why you don't want to get those cards, so they give you these low limits. So 30%, you got a $300 card. That's not much on 30% is what, $65 on a $300 card. Now you are, if you put $70 in there, you done already shot your percentage out the whack. So just be careful of all of that. It's a process in how to build your credit. If you do it smartly, you will do it a lot faster. But if you don't, you'll get stagnated. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of 300, 400, 500, 600. Like you barely got $1,000 in credit, and you got all these different cards. So be careful. I'm gonna do a video on uh, FICO and how to build a solid credit report. I think I got two subprime cards to get going, but now I have some good cards and may close my credit one in Mission Lane. So be careful about closing cards too. If you have them the longest, you're gonna lower your length of credit. So I would hold off till you get some time and then do that. Authorized users are the way to go. Yeah, get you an authorized user. Get you an authorized user that got a credit card like $10,000 and had it for 3, 4 years. Definitely would boost your credit. Tell them I don't want a credit card. I don't need a credit card. Here go my you can keep it. All I need you to do, if you could just add me to your credit report so I can piggyback off this information and help me build a solid credit report. Yeah. Listen, my daughter, 20 years old, I put her on all my good cards. At 20 years old, she had over a 750 credit score, right? So you can also build your kids' credit up, right? That changes. Build your kids' credit. Don't mean you got to give them a credit card. You taking care of your stuff, build their credit. So when they go off to college, they have a 700 credit score, right? They don't make bad financial decisions, right? So that's another thing I need to have a video on how to take care and build your kids' credit, right? So that's the next thing. And then I'm gonna start about some business credit. Start about business credit. No, I'm not from you say about from Iraq. No, I'm not from Iraq. I'm sorry. What is what? Okay. All right, Mara said that is what I'm doing. Good job. If that's what you're doing, you're gonna be doing a good job. You're gonna build a solid credit report. And you're gonna be doing good, putting your kids in the best position too, so they don't make bad financial decisions, right? Taking care, using your own good credit making sure you build their credit. So when they go off to college, they have that. Give them one credit card. Say, hey, you got to take care of this credit, monitor that credit, make sure they're using that credit. So in the right manner and making sure they're making payments on time, all that stuff. Because when they need to go buy a car, they can go out and buy a car at 2.9% interest. You know what I mean? They can go out and make a financial decision. The biggest thing, the thing we hurt our kids with, we don't look at trying to build their credit. We send them off into the world with bad credit, poor credit, and then they make bad decisions, and then they're financially strapped. We gotta change the pattern and what we do, because credit is everything. Credit is everything. And I'm telling you, just like for me and my wife, like I said earlier, we're looking to get into a franchise, right? We're looking to buy into a franchise. You have to have a 685 just for an SBA loan, right? So it's so many things that are important behind that. So man, you got to be able to build to grow your wealth, man. That's why this channel is about growing your wealth. If you don't do it, man, you're gonna be at the same level, right? And remember, the older we get, man, we gotta look at retirement. I ain't trying to be downsizing from my house to a smaller house, driving different cars because I didn't do the right things now to make sure I set myself up for retirement age, right? So that's really important for me. Jamal says, I wish I was taught credit for sure. I just got my article of organization and operation agreement together to file my LLC and get my business credit going ASAP. Gotta start with net 30s. You can start with net 30. That's a good thing to do. Another good thing to do, let's again go to your bank, go to your credit union, see if they have business credit cards, even if it's a secure card. Start that away, right? Start with great, good credit cards on your to build your business credit, right? Net 30s are cool. It's a good way, but the more powerful avenue is go start get you a secure card with your bank, a business secure card. Go get that, and then and then use it, pay on it. Try to get at least put $500. Use it, pay on it. Show them that you're making good payment histories in about 6 months, and apply for a regular business credit card with them, right? So small things, right, that you can do. You can do the net 30s. I'm not saying not do the net 30s, but you want those more powerful things. Then try to get you some fuel cards. Try to get you fuel cards like MasterCard. Like I have a BP MasterCard, right? So try to get those cards that are revolving credit cards, right? So just look at, and then you'll do a good job building your credit, right? You'll do a good job. Well, we got about 11 more minutes, and then I'm gonna get off here. That'll put it about an hour. Hey, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. If y'all just hit the thumbs up. I'm definitely. I guess I'm gonna start doing these every Monday night. But uh, you got any more questions? I'm gonna probably jump off here. I'm gonna give uh, sexy diva a call. Which and uh, and but I have it again. My video coming out about 1099Cs. You want to learn more about it? It's going to break down a lot of information for you. So I got to give her a call. So I'm ready to get off of here. Hey, hit that thumbs up if you haven't hit that thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. And it's all good. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all y'all subscribers. I appreciate y'all coming out to the channel. Uh, I appreciate that, the time y'all spend hanging out with me. If there's any questions, you can email me. My email is lcoleman at Advanced Loan Credit Services. So if you got any questions, y'all want to email me. Yeah, if you want my master dispute package, just email me. I'll send it live. Man, a lot of information up in there. I promise you. I just got it. Hey, stuff. Thanks for the info. Yeah, it's a lot of great information in there, right? A lot of strategies, all the information you need to understand credit reporting and all that. So definitely shoot me an email. I get it over to you. Listen, I've been selling that master dispute package. I kind of fell off this book. But like I told anybody, if you bought the package, you would get the book when I release it for free. I will send it to you because I know everybody that purchased it. I got your emails, I got your information. So the people who do purchase it when the book come out, because it's got even more information, more detailed information, even more. Right now, it's up to 161 pages of information. But I just need to put everything in order. Like my table of contents is not in order, and I need to put all that in order so you know where to look at when you go through the book. So once I get all that together, but if you want the master dispute package, it's just a bunch of files, a bunch of it's all there. It's in a zip file. It's a huge file with a lot of information, all the manuals you need, everything. If you want to shoot me an email, it costs $70. You pay it, I'll send it over to you to your email. I haven't had one person complain about it since I've been doing, and I promise you, definitely a very honest guy. Not one person has complained. Matter of fact, people have told me that have purchased it that I probably should be charging more for all the information that's in that book, but it's not about that. It really isn't. So, but anyway, I run it down. Any other things? Any other questions? Shoot me an email. I'm about to ride out. Hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit the like. And I'm about to cut this short. We'll be doing this again next Monday. So if you got any questions, email me, or if you just want to hold to the next uh, uh, if it anything that you want to talk about, email me, or if any questions that you have, write them down for next week, and we'll break it down. If I can't answer it, I promise you I will look up the information and get back to you without a doubt. Uh, so just make sure, hey, listen, sometimes, man, I'm busy because I do still work a full-time job. Actually, I still work in Dallas, but I live outside of Houston. So I'm on like a 4-3 schedule. So I still kind of commute back and forth because we're looking at franchises and I don't want to take another job because I want to get into a franchise. So if I don't respond, listen, I'm telling you right now, hit me up again, email me again. Hey, dude, you ain't got back to me. And then I will get back to you. Just understand, man, I have a lot of people emailing me. I still have a job. Sometimes I get home, man, I'm trying to answer questions. And if you notice, sometimes I answer stuff very early in the morning when I wake up. But just understand, like, don't think I'm ignoring you. Don't think I don't have a question for you. Just understand, hey, this dude probably got people emailing. Just hit me up, and I promise you I'll get back to you. I'm not gonna leave you astray, man. I promise you. Men and women, I will not lead you astray. All right, cool. I'm out. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Again, shoot me an email, and I appreciate y'all definitely. And God bless y'all, man. Let's get this credit right. And I'm out.